Shalom, Kal Halalim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha HaKodash, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS Ruwa, who I learned this truth from, and salutations and blessings to you elect, starting with the 144,000 on down. So, I'm not sure exactly what the title of this lesson is, but it's going to be dealing with more history, specifically the King Arthur, or the legend of King Arthur, or the Arthurian stories, okay, or legends. So this is from smithsonianmag.com, and the title reads, "Not all the knights of the Roundtable were white." And this is from 2014. So, this is pretty much Esau saying that, look, all this information is coming out about the truth, pretty much. So we have to kind of, bend and mend. But they're still not going to tell you everything, obviously. But this is a start to showing you that the truth is coming out. For them to even say this. Okay? You see here, this is from an illuminated manuscript circa 1350s. You see a dark-skinned knight. Okay, what you call today a black knight. And, they made a movie about this with Martin Lawrence, one of my favorite movies, actually. Because the comedy, there's a base level of comedy, and then there's a undertone or a esoteric, representation of comedy, where they're actually bamboozling you people, they're fooling you people into laughing at this. But this is real history, because in the movie, this guy Martin Lawrence, he transports back to, I believe it was the 14th century, so the 1300s, in Normandy. And the joke is, where he lived in LA, in the ghetto, the street was called Normandy. Normandy going back to Northmen. And the joke of the movie is, for you stupid sheeple, you people, all right, you useless eaters. The point of the movie was, when he went back, people didn't bug out that he was dark-skinned. Now the thing is, all those people were really dark-skinned. It's not like there was Edomites walking around as knights. You guys were serfs. But back then, they showed you, hey, this is a Moor. They identified him. Hey, that's a Moor. That's not an anomaly. That's a Moor. He's from Normandy. Okay, so that's the real joke. You people, fucking nigga from LA, transporting back to the 14th century. He was a slave. Yeah. That's the base thinking of you useless GMO people, man. Okay, it's the best way I could describe you fucking degenerates. Anyway, it says, picture the knights of the Round Table. They're probably tall and strong, wearing armor and drinking out of chalices. And they're probably all white. And while most of that picture is relatively accurate, that's inaccurate. Okay, you damn serf. The whiteness is not. Good point. Meet Sir Morian, the Black Knight of the Round Table. And this is the description, the translated saga of Morian. He was all black, even as I tell ye. His head, his body, and his hands were all black, saving only his teeth, his shield, and his armor were even those of a Moor, and black as a raven. Okay. When the Moor heard these words, he laughed with heart and mouth. His teeth were white as chalk, otherwise he was altogether black. Morian isn't even the only knight who isn't white in the Arthurian folklore. As the blog Elodie Underglass points out, first off, 6% of the knights of the Round Table were men of color. Just 6, Isa? This devil kills me, man. But nonetheless, the truth is coming out. So, hey. Granted, that's only 3 out of 49 men, but the entire expanded United States Congress is hovering around 13% people of color and only has 1 black senator. So, again, this is to show you, hey, where did this come from? Is there more? Where are they? Why are they hidden? These manuscripts, these illuminated, these coat of arms. Where are these things? Okay. So that was just the key point from there. We're going to jump around a bit. You got to bear with me now. Majority of people think that King Arthur was English, but he was actually Celtic. Okay, the Britons. Again, I did a lesson, my past 2 or 3 lessons about dealing with the Carthaginians. Right, we mentioned the Bretons or Britons, sometimes spelled BRE or BRI, but that Briton goes back to Barayath, which means covenant, a covenant people dealing with the Israelites. Okay, the covenant was made with who? Let's actually get that. Let's go get that. Where's that in the book of Psalms? Right, Psalms 50 verse 5 says, "Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice." Okay, and that's dealing with who? The Israelites. Okay, so the Britons, a Celtic people, so he was Celtic. So a lot of the Celts, when you go into them, they were Israelites. Okay, the legends of the Celtics, the Druids, were the original inhabitants of Britain before the Anglo-Saxons arrived, which were other Israelites. Anglo-Saxon means Anglo means angelic, and Saxon is prefix of Isaac. Okay, the angelic sons of Isaac. The stories of the Britons included gods, heroes, and magic, and King Arthur became part of these stories. Now, when you watch King Arthur, the one made in the mid 2000s, I really love that one. He was taken as a boy, as a Celt, by the Romans and employed in the army, right? And he became a great general. He became a king in the legend. But he was a great warrior, but he was a Celt. But he was raised under that Roman, that way of life. And his warriors in the movie, very good movie. The brothers, we used to watch that movie a lot. Yeah, one of the guys, he was sick with the, I think he was knife throwing, and he was an archer as well. And he could use a sword anyway. But those guys, as warriors, were Celts. Okay, they were Celtic people. Okay, so that was just a fact I wanted to bring out. Now let's jump around a bit. You gotta bear with me. Look at this, right? This is Wikipedia, the Black Knight, Arthurian legend. And there's many instances of a Black Knight, right? The Black Knight appears in various forms in Arthurian legend. The supernatural Black Knight is summoned by Sir Calogrenant, okay, in the tale of Vane, the Knight of the Lion. Okay, perhaps the first mention of a Black Knight by name is in Raoul de Hoden's La Vengeance. Okay. Now, this guy, the eponymous protagonist of Morian, wears black armor, and this is why they say he's called the Black Knight. That's foolishness, man. You had many, many knights who wore black. Okay. But certain ones became so good, right, that they stand out. And they weren't called Black Knight because of their black armor, right? He wears black armor and bears a black shield, in addition to having black skin, and as such is occasionally referred to as the Black Knight. In Sir Percival of Gales, the Black Knight jealously tied his wife to a tree after hearing she had exchanged rings with Percival. Percival defeated the Black Knight and explained that it was an innocent exchange. A Black Knight named Sir Perard is also mentioned in Le Morte d'Arthur, the tale of Sir Gareth, as having been killed by Gareth when he was traveling to rescue Lioness. A Black Knight is the son of Tom A. Lincoln and Anne Glitora in Richard Johnson's Arthurian romance. Brunor the Black, the father and son bearing the same name in prose, Tristan, and some other works. An alias of Sir Lancelot. So Sir Lancelot was known as a Black Knight. Okay? Then you go and you look and you see this guy. Okay? And that thing about, who was it, Lancelot, he committed adultery? Yeah, he was a secret lover of Arthur's wife. That's all fucking Jake, man. Madness. That adultery. That burning passion. But Lancelot, see, he was known as a White Knight, which represents righteousness, Black Knight, Red Knight, and Wicked Knight. Okay? He was a Celtic Briton, or French. So anyway, there's a lot of instances of a black knight. All right. Now let me again, Babako should jump around. Now this is who we're talking about, Morian, in the first article, right? Not all the knights of the Round Table. So this is Morian, which Morian is a derivative of More. Whenever you hear Morian, Morris, okay, More, um, Maurice, all these different derivatives, it's denoting More. Is a 14th century Arthurian romance in Middle Dutch. Okay, the story work tells the story of Morian, the Moorish son of Aglovale, one of King Arthur's knights of the Round Table. Okay, this guy, right, which was a house. Okay, now let's jump around again. So Morian, which when we type in, we can look him up, Morian. Okay. So you got a bunch of Jakes. Okay. Sir Morian. You know, so like I said, man, where's all this information, man? Why we gotta look so hard? Okay. Why the fuck we gotta look so hard for this information? But anyway, that's you Edomites. So Morian. So let's go to this page, Nightbringer.se. Black Knight, common throughout Arthurian and medieval romance. The Black Knight was not always the villain of popular conception. See, so it's not always representing just black negative. He's no, just like I was mentioning about Isa. Right, I was mentioning about Isa, saying that he was called black because he wore armor, black armor. But what about this guy Charles? He was known as Charles the Black Boy. Right, this guy Charles the Black Boy, which you have an inn today, a hotel. It's called the Black Boy Inn. Right here, circa 1522. Right, again they try to say, oh, his black hair, and no. That's not gonna work, Esau. Okay, he was known as Charles the Black Boy. I just wanted to see if they would explain it, but pretty much when you look it up and try to find the explanation, they're just gonna say, oh, he had dark hair. Anyway, you have a black knight, an evil warrior who inhabited the White Forest and guarded the glade around the chapel of St. Augustine. He killed Arthur's squire Cahus, and he himself slain by Arthur. The Black Knight, a knight defeated by Percival. We read that one. Black Knight, the alias of Maduk the Black. Okay. Black Knight, a mighty lord who inhabited Mount Nocastrain, or the Black Mountain in Scotland, and who guarded a magic horn and wimple on an ivory lion. Black Knight, the name given to Lancelot when he appeared in disguise carrying a black shield. Black Knight, read that. Here, Black Knight, a nickname given to Baruch the Black, a knight defeated by Segramor. Now this guy Baruch, see, this guy was a. But what does Baruch mean? That was a prophet. I believe he was Jeremiah's scribe, if I'm not mistaken. But he has a book in the Apocrypha, Baruch, and Baruch goes back to Barak, means blessed, or potentially could mean lightning as well. Right? A knight who desired to marry Queen Sabile. He ruled the castle of Tryon, known as the Fairy Knight and the Black Knight. He had never been overcome in battle. So he was bad, man. Hey, that's why Baruch the Black. It says yeah, you know. So that was on Baruch right there. Okay. Black Knight, a knight in King Arthur's service who defeated a knight named Tantalus. Black Knight, an alias of the ugly hero, one of Arthur's knights. So a lot of these knights were called Black Knight, who were under King Arthur. Black Knight in the Middle English, Sir Percival of Gales, a warrior whose wife, a young Percival, met in the forest. We read that one before. Okay, so as you can see, man, Black Knight, the name adopted by Sir Perard. Black Knight, the son of the king of the Carlacs and one of Arthur's knights. He was defeated by the Knight of Lantern. Black Knight of the Forest, a knight who was challenged by Arthur for ownership of the Black Forest. Black Knight of the Fountain, the name given in the Welsh triads to the Lord of the Fountain, defeated by Owain. Black Knight of the Mountain, a British knight, enchanted in some manner, who attended the trail of Isolde in Cornwall. And there was a lot of witchcraft there, obviously, in the Gaelic, in the Celtic Britain world. Them druids, man, some high-level witchcraft. You know, I just wanted to bring this out as well, because I found it. To the spirit Zawiza the Black. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of these guys called the Black. Okay, it was a Polish knight and nobleman. This has nothing to do with Arthur, but who served as a commander and diplomat under Polish king. Can't say that name. Can't pronounce that. But anyway, you get the vibes, man. You understand what the fuck's going on. Okay. There's many theories, right? According to more popular and more probable theory, his nickname came from his black hair. What a surprise. Or his black armor. But I showed you many examples, man. There's all these guys called Black, the Black. Okay. Anyway, just a little bit of history. You know, I found out, so I wanted to bring this out to the spirit. You know, you can do your own research and get into more of this. I'm pretty sure there's more information, but this is what I got so far. If I find any more, Lord's will, I'll bring it out. Anyway, I hope you're edified with that. Kal halayim la Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Racha HaKodash, Shalom to the elect.